Welcome back to High Stakes. Today, we will be discussing the following WNBA matches that are happening on Sunday, August 6, 2023. We will be providing our team, total and prop picks for the day. Before we get started, please remember to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our videos. If you want access to our premium picks, you can check out our Patreon page. You can find the link to our Patreon page in the description and comments section below. New York Mets vs Baltimore Orioles. Bradish and the Orioles should be favorites against a Mets team that seems to have lost steam since dealing away the team's best two pitchers. The Mets came to Baltimore after 3 straight losses to the woeful Royals prior to the weekend. Quintana is making just his 4th start of the season and faces an Orioles team hitting .260 versus lefties this season. Bradish has pitched exceptionally well at home this season with an ERA of just 2.38 in 8 home starts this season. I expect a tight, well-played game between two quality pitchers that the Orioles will pull away late thanks to timely hitting, excellent base running, and a superior bullpen. Take the Orioles with the money line. The Orioles will hit Quintana fairly well, but the Mets will struggle to score on Bradish. He has allowed 2 earned runs or less in 7 of his last 9 starts. Bradish has gone 6 innings or more in 7 straight starts. Pitching at home, Bradish has been excellent this season. In 8 home starts, Bradish has a 2.39 ERA and 0.92 WHIP. After a poor April, Bradish has been excellent since. New York will struggle to score and the under will hit in this contest. Take the under, 9 runs. Washington Nationals vs Cincinnati Reds. The Nationals played well over the past week and they've won 4 of their last 6 games. They will try to keep the momentum going with another win over the Reds, which will give them their 5th win in their last 7 games and the series win. Washington is averaging 4.31 runs per game. Their .259 batting average is 6th in the league. Their .317 on-base percentage is 17th, while their .398 slugging percentage is 22nd. Lane Thomas has been the big bat for the Nationals. He leads the team with a .286 batting average, 18 home runs, and 60 RBI. Washington's pitching hasn't been good, with the team giving up 5.13 runs per game. Opponents have a .272 batting average against the Nationals, which is 28th in the league. Their 4.89 ERA is 27th, while their 1.48 ERA is 28th. In his last start, Irvin gave up 6 hits and 2 runs in 5.1 innings, leading to a 5-3 win over Milwaukee. They will need another solid effort from him if they want to get the win. The Nationals have won 4 of their last 6 games and 2 of their last 3 road games. They have played well offensively during that stretch, scoring 18 runs in their last 4 games. Expect them to play well offensively in this game because they are one of the best batting teams in the league and Cincinnati's pitching has been terrible in recent games, with the team giving up 47 runs in their last 4 games. With their bullpen also struggling during their slump, they will have a hard time slowing down the Nationals in this game. The Reds have lost 5 of their last 7 games. They struggled offensively in recent games, scoring only 12 runs in their last 3 games. Even though Irvin has been shaky on the mound in recent games, the Reds won't score a lot of runs in this game because they've struggled at the plate in recent games and just lost one of their most productive offensive players in Fraley, who was put on the IL on Saturday. With Washington's bullpen also playing well during their current run, expect them to keep Cincinnati's offense in check. Go with Washington to cover the money line. The Reds didn't play well over the past week and they've lost 5 of their last 7 games. Due to their slump, the Milwaukee Bucks have overtaken them in the NL Central standings and hold a half-a-game lead over them in the standings. They will try to retake the division lead with a win over the Nationals, which will give them their 3rd win in their last 8 games. Cincinnati is averaging 4.88 runs per game. Their .252 batting average is 15th in the league. Their .330 on-base percentage is 7th, while their .418 slugging percentage is 12th. TJ Friedl leads the Reds with a .279 batting average. Spencer Steer leads the team with 17 home runs, while Jake Fraley leads the team with 63 RBI. Cincinnati's pitching hasn't been good, with the team giving up 5.08 runs per game. Opponents have a .262 batting average against the Reds, which is 25th in the league. Their 4.84 ERA is 26, as is their 1.43 WHIP. They will need a good performance from their pitchers if they want to win this game. Our total pick is over. Tampa Bay Rays vs Detroit Tigers. The Tampa Bay Rays lost 3 of 4 games last weekend to the Orioles at home and fell out of first place in the American League East for the first time this season. Just it appeared that perhaps the Rays had finally run out of steam after the team's historic start. They have bounced back to win back-to-back series, first taking 2 of 3 games in Houston and then 2 of 3 games in New York against the Yankees. The Rays have split the first 2 games of the series after dropping a 4-2 decision on Saturday. The Rays' offense managed just 7 hits and struck out 11 times on Saturday. The Detroit Tigers are still in rebuild mode as they continue on in the 2023 season. The team played the role of sellers at the trade deadline, parting with, among others, starter Michael Lorenzen for prospects from the Philadelphia Phillies. The Tigers tried to add even more young talent in a deal with the Dodgers, but starting pitcher Eduardo Rodriguez used his limited trade clause and vetoed the deal. The Tigers are in 3rd place in the AL Central despite losing 6 of 8 games coming into this series. The Tigers knotted the series at a game apiece on Saturday in a 4-2 win. Starter Tarik Skubal went 5 innings and allowed just 1 unearned run, while left fielder Akil Baddoo went 2 for 4 with a home run and 2 runs scored to pace the offense. The Tampa Bay Rays seem to have righted the ship after dropping out of first place in the American League East. They still own the second-best mark in the AL and are just behind the front-running Baltimore Orioles. Rays starter Glasnow has looked like the staff ace over his last 5 starts with an ERA under 2 in that span. His K/9 rate is nearing 13 and he has consistently gotten the Rays deep into games during his starts. He shouldn't have much issue doing that here against a Tigers team that is just 28th in runs scored this season. Tampa is 4th in baseball in runs per game this season and has hit lefties well also. Look for the Rays to win this game comfortably behind Glasnow. Take the Rays with the run line. The Tigers have not officially announced it but will likely turn to lefty Joey Wentz in the 3rd and final game of the series against the Rays. Wentz is 2-9 in 17 appearances this season including 15 starts. He has allowed 90 hits in 76.1 innings pitched with an ERA of 6.37. He has a K/9 rate of 8.5 and his WHIP is 1.60. Wentz is 1-3 in his last 5 appearances with an ERA of 4.01. He's made 3 starts in that time while allowing 21 hits in 24.2 innings pitched with 10 walks and 28 strikeouts. Wentz has faced the Tigers once this season, taking the loss while going 5.1 innings and allowing 4 hits and 3 runs. Our total pick is over. Pittsburgh Pirates vs Milwaukee Brewers. This pitching matchup screams easy Brewers win if Woodruff resembles his April form. Johan Oviedo had no answer for the Brewers the first time he faced them, and considering how he couldn't miss bats, it's likely to repeat. Assuming that Milwaukee produces offensively, can Pittsburgh's bats match them? Probably not, so expect the Brewers to pick up another division win. Even after losing on Friday, Milwaukee is an outstanding 23-11 against their division rivals. If they wind up winning the division, which they lead by less than a game right now, that will be the reason why. The Brewers' bats actually show up against the NL Central, with a .249/.342/.391/ line that's better than the club's slashing against any other division. Otherwise, they typically struggle to score 2, ranking 23rd in runs per game. Their walk rate, MLB's 3rd highest, offsets a bottom 10 strikeout rate. Milwaukee is also 10th in stolen bases. Still, like the Pirates, they are among the 10 worst teams in batting average, 27th, OBP, 24th, slugging percentage, 28th, and home runs, 22nd. The difference is that the Brewers pitch well. Returning to that pitching staff on Sunday is Brandon Woodruff, who hasn't pitched since April. The two-time All-Star allowed only one run over his first 11.1 innings pitched this season. In his career, he owns a 1.066 whip, 3.15 FIP, and a matching 3.14 ERA. He's a talented vet that will reinforce Milwaukee's postseason push if he pitches like he's capable of. Our total pick is under.